Hey, everybody. Thanks for sitting through that long introduction. We got to neaten that thing up.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah.
We got to make it look good. We can edit that thing down and make it look kind of nice, boys and girls. But thank you for sitting through that. Appreciate you watching so far. What do we have? How many viewers? I have 3. What are you up to, man? You beating me?
Nope.
Nope.
I got one.
All right.
I think that one is me. So
And I think one of my 3 is me. So yeah, we're
probably.
good. We're kicking ass. So we have 2 viewers.
Yeah.
Hello, both of you.
One of them is Greg.
One is Greg. So
He's
yeah, you don't
talking
count.
crap about you.
You don't really count. It is a viewer. So whoever that one real viewer is, hello and welcome to the show.
Glad you could join us. Pull up the chair.
Thanks for coming in. So especially since this is a part 2, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to watch part 2 if I didn't see part 1. My answer to that, of course, is go back and watch part 1, motherfucker, because shit, it was good and worth it, you know. But
it was amazing.
It was good. You learned everything about how to make it a one-shot adventure, basically, or maybe a couple of shots. But yeah, it's a good adventure. We're figuring it out here. You want to give the intro, Tim? What we did is you're kind of like, you got the con on this thing. You know what I mean?
I got the what?
The con. You know the old Star Trek thing. You have the con. You're number one. Number one. I'll be Picard. You be number 1. You have the con, number 1.
Is it con or com?
I thought it was con, like control. Is it com, like computer?
I don't know. I guess I'm not a Star Trek guy, so I don't know.
I know.
So what we did last week is we threw the bait to the crowd. We started what do you say? An adventure.
Yeah.
We had a Matt Jackson map.
Yep. Stole that.
And then I promptly threw it away and redid it.
Yeah, you made it better because there's only up from there. I mean, you just it's a starting point.
We needed to start with crayons before we started to use a marker.
That's it, you know.
Yeah. And then I think Rob was the one that came up with the idea that Mind Flayer would be the big antagonist,
and I shit on that idea.
You did, but we still used it.
I did. We did, because when the other guy said, "Hey, how about something with a library?" I'm like, "Ooh, Mind Flayer library. What would that look like? A big room full of brains."
You got a chubby for that one.
That was awesome. That was really cool and cool. Yeah, that was good. So we got the scope of the adventure we're going to create. Yeah, we figured out what the scope and scale. The first part, get the hook, get the mission in town, get the rewards, see what it's going to be, do the investigation. Second part, overland travel, is what we're going to focus on tonight. Third,
little hex crawl. Can't have an true old school adventure without a little bit of a hex crawl.
Amen. Hey, freaking men. And then we are going to jump right over to the third session. I think, we'll do tonight. We'll do the hex crawl part. And the third session next week will be our design of the lair. We have some ideas already. We have the map, like we stole it from Matt already, so that's good,
Yeah.
But as always, that's what you're in for, boys and girls. And as always, we start with what cool shit did we do or geek out on this week?
Okay, you want to go first? You want
me
to
go first? I will.
Because you get some good stuff.
I do. So let me turn my camera on. All right, let's see. There we go. Another package arrived. It's funny because I was just heading out the door to hit the supermarket because we're going to get either 2 inches or 1.5 foot of snow tonight. We don't know what yet. They still don't know what the hell's going on. So I was the idiot who said, well, I'm going to go to the supermarket and buy food at the last second and deal with that mosh pit. Thankfully, I'm big and fat, and I can knock these old bitches over. They get in my way of the fucking pork chops, so it's all good. So I a couple bruises aside, we're good to go. I got all my stuff, but I was walking out the door, and I said, "Shit, we need something cool for tonight." What did I get in the mail? I looked down, and there's this box sitting for me from Troll Lord Games. So I'm like, "This is synchronicity if I ever heard of one." Now, I backed a lot of Kickstarters from Troll Lords because they're cool peeps. And they have this series of books, and they're all the codices, I guess. Codex Classicum. This is a book about Rome, right? So you got a book about Rome. Codex Slavorium, Slavics, right? Germania, Nordica, Egypt, and Celtic, whatever. Here you go. Right, so you got all these books, and I backed the Kickstarter for the most recent one. The codex is called Sonarum.
How are like those other ones you showed? Were they pretty good, Joe?
They are. And here's the thing about these books.
What are they about, though?
They are about the cultures of these places. Okay. So here, mythology, culture, legends, all about the place. All right, so. And they go into great detail about this stuff. It's almost like reading a mythology book and then they D&Dify it all, right? And here's the good part: minimal art. You're getting this book. You're getting page after page of knowledge, all right, that you can then adapt into your game. It's like they got historians or experts in each certain area of the world. And then near the end here, boom, you're D&Difying the whole thing. Fairy abilities, stats for monsters and creatures. What was that? Boobs? No, most boobs. All right, so yeah, so it's like the little, you go through half the book, and you'll see the art. I mean, I don't care about art that much anyway. I know a lot of people do, but this is chock full of knowledge. These books are pretty damn cheap. All right. So each one of these books,
Joe?
Each one of these books, it looks like the one 50? For the Celtics is 30 for Egypt, $27.99 for the Nordica one, $19.99 for the Slavic one.
Wow. Yeah. That's all for the hardback books. That's all they are.
Yeah. It looks like I got ripped off because I got a book called the Codex Slavarium. And I must have thought it was different than the Codex Germania, but apparently it's the same goddamn book as I look in the back of this goddamn thing. So, Tim, next time you come up, you have Are they different?
I was going to say, really? Those seem to be very different.
Interesting. Ancient Slavs. The Slavs and Germans they're breaking them out. But what made me think that it's the same is the back cover. There's a fucking typo. Troll Lord style. There's a typo.
I was going to say,
that's why the descriptions are different, but they called it Slavorium and Slavorium. They just used it the same. They used the same layout and just forgot to change that word. Yeah. So there we go. I found an editing issue for them. Brian Young wrote both of the books, so that's probably why. Brian probably just forgot to change the goddamn thing in the back. And then we have $29.99 for Classicum. It's like Rome and Greece, I believe. All right, so. So cool. Those are the books. So I got the new one that I backed in the Kickstarter. This I think completes a set. I don't think there's other, unless you get into South America or Africa and shit. There's not too many other.
Well, it depends how many they're selling, huh?
Yeah, well, that's what they need, right? Yeah.
So hey, welcome, Flint. Welcome, Mike. Glad to see you guys here.
Welcome aboard, guys. So my official box opener, the K-bar knife.
The K-bar.
In case the box gets out of control, I could take it out.
Did I ever tell you you got stabbed by one of those damn things?
No, but it really doesn't surprise me, dude. Yeah. You've been shot by a shotgun for walking across a field, weren't you? So I can't,
Yeah, well, never approach a camper in the middle of the woods. Never do that.
Yeah. So, the person I know we got, buckshot in his ass, literally. So,
literally,
Yeah. So here we go.
Let's see this.
Let me just make sure here's your name, address, and phone number thing in here. All right. It looks clean. All right.
What is that wad of paper in there for?
This thing, I don't know. To hold it, so it's like pretty. I mean, you put it.
What is that package? You got two peanuts.
Two peanuts and a wad of paper. That's it. Yeah, I guess they're running out of peanuts and paper down there or something.
Wow.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Okay.
Yeah. So who knew? Oh, there's a few things. Oh, and then 2 pieces of cardboard. So there we go. That's what we got for packing. All right. So
starter kit for packing.
Packing issues aside. So there we go. The entirety of the packing material. All right. So we got 3 things in the box. I never pay attention to the bonus things, the extras for the Kickstarters, because I just want to be surprised with what happens, right?
Are those adventures?
It looks like there's an adventure and a big ass map. Right.
Cool.
So yeah, and it looks like it's like a map of mythology or something, right?
The pillars of heaven,
oceans, all that stuff. So yeah. So pillars of heaven, oceans of the air, underworld. So that's there's nothing on the back of it, so it's a basic map. A lot of money for a basic bitch map, but whatever. All right. Visiting death. The Castles and Crusades. This must be an adventure. Let me see.
What's it for first?
That stalks the village of Chain, it says. Long ago, they were. So this is a whole lot of Chinese sounding words in here I can't pronounce. There's vengeance and there's death involved, it looks like. So, yeah.
Well, you're just visiting on death, at least.
You're just visiting it. You're not hanging around and staying.
Yeah. No, I don't want to move there, but I don't mind visiting.
Right? Yeah. So here we go. So we have, again, minimal art, but they're always serviceable adventures. And Castles and Crusades are old school guys. They did an OGLD 20 system, one of the early people, but I think everybody would consider them old school guys. So their adventures are always good, Oh, we got a map.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's kind of a map.
They always have basic pitch maps.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's too bad. It's their one. They don't have good mappers there.
Well, they don't. They don't really give a lot of.
Oh, I found another peanut. There we go.
Oh, did you? Okay,
it was in the book. 3? I was wondering why the book is all. Yeah, 3 peanuts. Looks like 3 total peanuts.
A lot of people.
Yep. This is the book on Asia, China, Japan. It's like, I think it's their equivalent of like Oriental Adventures. I don't think am I allowed to say Oriental anymore? I don't know.
I would start
Brian Young. Brian Young did this. He did the other books, German and Slavic books. So yeah, he did this one.
He was busy, huh?
Yeah, no shit, man. So, all right. So from the age of ancestors in the lands of legend and power, walk mighty beasts and beings of like of gods. This is like a little Conan style poem. But yeah, a little pencil art. I kind of like that. And I like that simple art.
I do too. That is nice.
It's nice, So, all right. Oh, starting out good. We got maps. We got a little bit. That's decent art for this. I mean, that's really not bad especially for Troll Lords.
And it kind of fits the style and the theme of the. Yeah, I do like that a lot.
It does. It looks like this is the world history. So they're giving you maps. They're giving you history. They're giving you what these places are all about. All the old empires. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. So it's a good primer. I mean, it's this is the stuff I used to go to the library for my D&D games when I was a kid, and hoped and prayed they had a book that related to Vikings or you know what I mean, the Dark Ages or Rome, and that I could use and D&Dify,
Sure.
But I like the art. I gotta say this is good.
Flint's gonna run some Castles and Crusades at North Texas.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got a good system. The one thing about their system, their biggest. I like the art. And I rarely ever say, as Tim knows, that I give a shit about art, but when it stands out like this, I like it.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that a lot, actually.
It's detailed and simple all at the same time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, it's got a feel to it. It's kind of
does. It's evocative.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This is cool. So another fine addition to the CNC library, and I'm good. I hope you're running and have a good time there. I love CNC. I love the people. I stole stuff from the system for my own game. But the one thing about CNC that I don't like is the thing they take their greatest pleasure in is the siege engine. I just can't get it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Is that the one with the 15, 18 or 12?
Yeah. And primes and this and that. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. I have to admit that the Castles and Crusades was the system that brought me into the OSR. Mm-hmm. It wasn't
Eric too.
Any of the other ones. That was the one that
that's what he jumped. He saw that and he was like, it was out because it was I guess early OSR, pre-OSR. It was before the OSR was the OSR. It was just feeling shit out.
I think I got it back in 2009.
Oh wow, okay.
I think that's when I bought it, 2009, 2008, somewhere along those lines. Yeah. What else? You said you got another book.
I do have another thing, guys.
I want to see what this one is. You didn't tell me. You're teasing me.
So I took you down. I got to surprise you with this. So when Tim was out here, we visited New Haven, Connecticut, and I took him to a cool bookstore. Shout out to this bookstore who I'm not getting paid for.
Shout out to New Haven. It's got a lot of cool bookstores.
It does. It really does. That's a good place. Cool. Next time we'll take you out to the Book Barn, Tim, out in Niantic. 500,000 used books in 3 different locations. It's amazing. Yeah. But anyway, so I went down there. Shout out to these guys. Great bookstore. And they have a sci-fi fantasy section. Hit or miss, but sometimes you get really, really good stuff. So there is a publisher in Connecticut, but their reach extends around the world, called Easton Press.
Yeah. Easton Press is in Connecticut. I didn't know that.
Easton, Connecticut. So
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so, I'm sorry, Norwalk, Connecticut. Yeah.
Well, now they put out. Now it doesn't make sense.
I know. I think they're right next door to each other. Yeah. Well, you know what? Easton is a fancier town than Norwalk, so they probably want the fancier name, but had the advantage of the cheaper location.
Yeah, there you go.
But they put out some great series, and they're expensive. They put out high quality stuff, actual gold gilding, genuine leather. The shit will last through the next Dark Age. This is the stuff that the quality level is the monks in the Dark Ages kind of. This stuff will stand the test of the ages, kind of a book, right? And so I found a Easton Press book. I guess they had the Masters of Science Fiction series. All right, so they're the Masters of Science Fiction, And the book I found was The Big Time, Fritz Leiber.
Fritz Leiber. Oh man.
Yeah. So for
that is
30
beautiful.
bucks,
Oh, how much was that?
$30, dude. 30
That's
bucks.
it?
That's it. The gold, right? It's never even been opened. The ribbon is in the same place. It's the same fold. I mean, this book is in immaculate condition. I don't think it's ever been looked at or read, dude. And so I picked it up for $30. All right. In copyright 1985. All right. These pages are like the greatest paper I've ever felt. I mean, it's like they're thick, they're high quality.
I can hear it.
Yeah. you know?
That's
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, the art, whatever. I'm not a big art guy, but they did it the old way where you have like a panel.
Right.
You have like
in the
a
center. There it is.
And ironically, I'm like, this is page 75, and I'm thinking, God, it looks like fucking Bowie in his Ziggy days. And I said, well, that's probably how Bowie looked in 1975 on page 75 here with a glass of wine under him there, you know. But fantastic book. I mean, I read this several times. I even dig the art. You know,
well, of course you do. There's a naked lady.
Naked chick looks like you another. She's going down another chick. So yeah. So I mean, the page
that is
quality,
cool.
Very cool.
Have you Googled how many is in that series, or are you afraid to do that?
I literally, dude, I got this 2 hours. I bought it 2 hours before we went online. I
got
home.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I just literally got it tonight. But the quality of this thing, dude. And the funny thing was that there was a guy there. The clerk at the store was helping some dude, right? And he says the dude was asking him anything good here that and he just said, I don't care what, just give me something good. And the clerk couldn't find him anything good. And I'm looking on this shelf and I see this book and I see a collected stories of H.P. Lovecraft. And I said, I got two things that are good here, but one of them's going home with me and the other's going home with that guy. So it's there. Try to read this Lovecraft book, buddy. Hey, don't pay attention to this thing I'm putting under my arm.
Right.
You know? Try to Lovecraft. So I didn't steer him wrong
for that one. No,
yeah, I didn't steer him wrong, but I definitely didn't tell him the prize of the day here. So
wow, that is great.
I'm very happy about that. And I have multiple copies of this book. It's his greatest
book.
Mostly I think he won his first Hugo on this book. First of 6, I think it was.
I think you're right.
This is a cool thing too. There is a collector's notes page, and it tells you about the book, about the collector's notes for the book.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just it pulls out. He won the first of his 6 Hugo Awards in 1985.
Okay.
Is a 58. I'm reading upside down. My bad. 1958 is a magazine.
I was going to say, I think it's a little farther back than that, but
yeah. So, and you get 2-page thing. It gives a bit about him, and it just slides in the book. You know, it just slides in as a separate page. So I'm very happy with this.
Oh heck yeah, that's a hell of
very
a
happy.
Joe.
And I was just saying, I got to cut back on spending money, and I'm like $30. Sorry, gone.
No, you can't pass that up.
You can't.
No, you go to you scrape change out of whatever you need just to buy that damn thing.
Yep. No, you don't.
Great find. Yeah. Mine is nothing going to be. I have 2 things. One's very small, but I thought it was cool. Not going to be anywhere cool as exciting as yours, but so I do a lot of work with the community and stuff, and some of the people I run into are like local politicians, just to kind of check out what's going on and funding and whatnot. Well, because a lot of the this isn't that interesting for a long story. They don't print stuff anymore for the state except at the congressman level. So when I went over there, I just thought this would be cool. I just found it's just this little free pamphlet that they have, just Common Trees of Pennsylvania. So here's a nice little resource book.
That's cool.
It gives like, I can't remember, like the leaves, the twigs, fruit that grows off of it.
Yeah.
It's just a cool, nice little information packet. If I want to get into some details or add like a little flavor to a game. So yeah, I mean, it was just for free. So I picked it up and now it's over here in my
very nice
side thing. And yeah, it'll be useful. And my other second thing is Bum, bum, bum.
What we got? Oh, you got it finally, huh?
Yeah, I got it.
Very nice.
Yeah, Joe, and you'll be displeased to hear it does not have any dents on it.
Ah, shit. I'm never happy that you get fucked over like that. I just enjoy hearing your rants when you get fucked over like that.
You giggle.
I giggle. I do giggle.
You freaking giggle when I get a damaged book. Like you just you find joy in my.
It's fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
The first time I heard you rant, I was driving home, and I giggled the whole time. I was like, "Hold on, 2 hands on the wheel."
Do you know? After I did that, it was part of it was real, but part of it was just sort of kabuki theater. I was playing it up because it was just like I couldn't believe like they were all jacked up, and they all had like I swear to God, there was like chicken wing grease all over the one book. I didn't know what the hell it was. I wasn't even exaggerating on that. But I got a nasty voicemail that told me I needed to get perspective.
Perspective.
You remember
Ivy
that?
Jersey in the background there.
Yeah. Shit, I got this nasty voicemail that said that I don't remember what exactly said, but other than that I needed to get perspective, that there were real problems out there, and that I needed to get more, or prioritize or something.
Christ.
Yeah, well, you should. Yeah, the "you should" sentences are always my favorite. You should. I was like, I'm shutting down right now on you, bud. So, yours arrives tomorrow, Mike. Yes. So Joe and Eric got what is this called? The premium edition, I think.
Yeah, I think so. We got one of each of the books. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I bought mine, not that this is bad at all. I just got, the one with the creepy little beholder like or whatever they call it in there. And I was like, oh, this is a fantastic book. And then I started seeing everybody pull up these premium editions with the thicker pages. And I'm like, I want one now. Son of a man. Yeah, I was like, shit, those look really nice. And then they put out that call that they were going to have 300 copies of it. And I put I don't know what you call it, an alert on it. So as soon as I got that email, I immediately went to the site and purchased it.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough because they sold out that same day of all 300.
I don't doubt it, dude. Everybody was feeling the same pain you were, same outrage. Son of a bitch, I didn't get the good one. Yeah, I nearly did too. Waiting for a Kickstarter is a long thing, but this compared to the pain of waiting for proof of a book that you wrote so you can approve it. Oh my God, that's a lot of talk in there, Greg. What?
He's waiting on the proof of his book so he can get the launch on it.
I see.
Because Greg's got a new book coming out. I believe it's for that the Axe one that he's doing, the campaign
I think so. Yeah. It's related to Axe. It's going to be a book.
Sorry for using too many words, Matt. He's calling you Matt.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your Greg? What's the product you're going to be pushing out?
Pimp your shit, motherfucker.
Pimp your shit, buddy. I forgot what it was called. I think I saw something about it today, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's Axe. It's a setting, and I know that he reached out to the dude who created Axe, and the guy it's like, wow, that's great shit. I got
gave him a thumbs up on it, which is really good.
Yeah. That's a great endorsement because that guy's
because he said something about this is his first third party. It's not even out. He's got his first third party.
Greg did similar shit for what do you call it, for Shadow Dark? Remember?
Shadow Dark. I know. Yeah. I don't know what it is with Greg. Like a new system comes out, and he's like, pow, 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 pow.
My 16-year-old nieces, they keep me up to date on all the lingo and the cool things and all, so that I understand what's going on. You know what I mean? So I get hear bits and pieces of phrases and expressions, and there's this they keep calling these women they don't like, these girls in her class, that they call them pick-me girls. Pick-me girls are always like want to be the cool, popular, neat, cool thing. Pick me, look at me.
Oh, is that what it's called?
That's Greg. Greg's a pick-me girl is really what it comes down to. He just always wants to be the trendy person.
He missed us saying, does it pimp his stuff because he got hit with an unskippable ad.
Right after I mentioned Matt. Skippable ad.
Yeah, we were asking what's the name of your product, Greg. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Type it out a little bit here.
Yeah. Give us a link or something. A little description.
We got 6 people watching, not including you. You know.
Yeah, I got 5. What do you got, Tim? What do you got, Tim?
I don't know. I closed all those because it was all different things.
We're up to 8 Warlords of Gavardia available in PDF. Gavardia.
Very cool.
And if you're watching here, listening to the show at any point now or the future, Greg has vowed to give you a free one. So Greg will send you a free book. All right. So just send in your, put in your email address. He will send you a coupon for a free book. Isn't that right, Greg? You're getting free books for all. If I remember, wasn't it? I think I heard him say that. Yep. So yeah, good job, Greg. Way to keep those fans. Bribe them for popularity, Mr. Pick Me Girl.
Pick me. I haven't heard that one.
That's a new thing. It's a pick me girl. Yeah. So
okay. Well, I don't hang around with a lot of teenage girls. So.
Some conditions apply. Yeah, like you must pay me. That's the condition. Yep.
Absolutely. All right. You want to?
Let's do it. Let's jump into this. Mike, yes. There you go.
All right. So what I did, guys, so what we'll be working on today is we're going to be working on the hexcrawl. So this map I'm going to share with you is I use these things called map stamps that I bought from a Kickstarter a while ago, but he has them for sale.
Does he, Tim?
Yeah,
I thought he didn't. I've been jealous of those fuckers for a long time. He has them for sale somewhere?
Yeah, they're called map stamp. Trailblazer map stamps.
I'll find it. You keep talking, I'll find them.
Yeah, you can.
I'll be the computer guy on the mission here.
You're going to be the computer. All right.
Yeah, the fact it fits. I'm the fact computer guy.
Okay. Let's see. So that kind of gives you, and what they making overland maps really nice. I mean, and it's fast because when I hand draw maps, of course, it takes forever, and this you can make some decent maps without. I don't know how. I mean, I think it took me 15, 20 minutes to make the map, and then I added, of course, the words after the map was done. But I got
I found the link. I will put it in the chat, boys and girls. There's the link for it. And Tim, I'll show this really quick. They can see what they look like in terms of the.
They have different sets. I have pretty much almost all the sets that I bought from. Yeah. There's a couple that I didn't get. Like that's one single stamp, but they'll have like the whole.
Yeah. A basic set, expansion, Perilous Shores set.
Yeah. I got both of those.
And so you buy the set, they come with.
Yeah.
Right. So here we go. So you'll see what they are. They're like dice with little things on them,
Well, they're not dice. That's a stamp.
They look like it, though, right?
Well, here I can show you kind of what they.
So this set comes with a compass, sea serpent, longship, farmland, walled city, stockade, palm grove. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and that Trailblazer basic set is the money. That's money.
That's
right
it.
There.
Yeah.
That's it's got your mountains, got your hills.
Oh yeah, there you
forest. It's got everything you need to really start up a.
That's everything. You're right. This is the hexcrawl set right here. A little bit of everything for your hexcrawl.
Yeah. Like so, this is like the tower one. So it's on a piece.
Let me turn my presentation off here. There you go.
All right. So this is the tower one, but this is what it looks like. It's like on a big chunk of wood. And it has the stamp on the end there. I mean, and then these are just some of the building ones I have. This is like a castle. Yeah. Again,
so it's like the old librarian stamps for your books when you took them out.
But these things are sturdy as hell and they're nice. They have little grips on them, and he puts them in boxes. He makes these cool little boxes. So he's got these little tiny box. Well, this one is tiny, and then they're all pretty well. They got foam around. He packs them nice. So this is not a cheap endeavor whatsoever. And then that one's almost like a wooden fort palisade type of thing.
That's nice.
Yeah, and so it gives you some options, and he's got just a bunch of different ones. Actually, he made a couple. So, like when I got his basic set, I was making maps, and then I was adding my own flair to it, and he actually made stamps of things that I did.
Really?
Yeah, and he sent them to me for free because
That's
he's
cool,
like,
man.
this is because of dude. So yeah, I mean, he's what's his name? I can't think of it.
Let me see. There's
If
an
you say it,
about
I'll
me to
know.
this page.
Yeah, he's really super nice guy, really good to deal with.
Doesn't have his name. Doesn't have his name on the page, at least that I can see.
Yeah, if I remember what it is, I'll definitely we'll put him in the show notes or whatever. So because they're worth their money, they're going to save you so much time, and you're going to make some really cool maps with it.
And they're consistent too. You know, like for me, I never make consistent anything. You know, everything's going to look different. Sometimes trees.
Yeah, you can actually make cool maps now, Joe.
Yeah, they suck. My maps suck. You know, as long as you take the ability from my hand to screw something up away from me, I'll make better maps.
Yeah. You know? And I do the 1 hex or 1 inch hexes. Mm-hmm. So the stamps fit pretty good in there. What you're seeing here is like this one stamp has all 3 of these, and then I have an individual tree stamp that does, individual ones.
Gotcha.
And then these hills are all hills, and then I drew my own in there too, just you can see some of the wonky ones. Those are mine.
Okay.
and I drew the beautiful cobwebs down.
So you want to show your map again there, Tim? You want to represent that?
Oh, yes.
Right now you're just looking at me and you, our ugly mugs. Well, not even mine.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. I really can't argue against that, Greg. I draw as well as every other 8-year-old.
Right. But okay, so this is what we have, guys. So right now, Kojak gave you the cue to which way you're going to go, and basically it's heading in this general direction. I guess what I forgot to do is add where the blood trail was. I didn't think about that. So
that's where you add the red ink all over it,
I do. The funny thing is I do have a red ink pad too. You can change these things. Like you could have it. There's green ink pads. You can make all the trees green. You can make the houses brown, whatever you wanted. So you could do that too. But anyways.
Now, Tim, this is consistent. It looks like, at least. I remember that spiderweb infested area. So this is consistent. This fits within Hound's Head, right? The whole region around it.
Yeah. So the little preface on how we created this up to this point is I did the map, and then what I did is I used Rob, reach around. Here we go. I used the old sandbox generator to help populate the hexes. So what I did is I just populated the layer, the mysterious feature.
The D30 sandbox generator, that one?
No. This is something different than that. This is this book here. It's actually really, really good. It's very simple, very simplistic in its approach, but amazingly useful. I think it's like $12 on drive-through right now, something like that. But I didn't detail any of this stuff. So what I did is just pop. So the things that got added to this. So there's the mind flare layer up there on the right-hand side, but there's also a regular layer, mysterious feature, which we can figure out what that's going to be, and then we have a dungeon up there. Now the dungeon we probably won't put too much detail into because we don't want it to draw away from the mind flare layer, but it's up there. And the thing that you'll see, and then this is the new map I drew, guys.
There you go. You upgraded Matt's map. He did a really good job because the thing about it was a good map, and we're using it. It's still his map. It's just redrawn to be more.
Yeah, I just used Matt's map as inspiration and kind of drew this out as best I could. But what I thought maybe could almost do is how you want the faction to the north and everything.
Yeah,
11 could link all the way up to that dungeon.
Ah, dude, nice.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
That could be somewhere when we come to it, we can, maybe figure something out about that. So
now 11, scroll down a little bit if you can. So 11 is only accessible by the folks in the south region, south of the river, right? Yeah. And so the only way out of the map, if you scroll down a little bit more, the only way out of the mind flayer area is through the area, whatever is populating the southern half of that map, because the southern half of the map has 2 exits, through 7 or through the top corner that you just mentioned to the dungeon.
Well, you also have the stream that comes out, and then you also have this right here,
which I think leads to the outside, right? Isn't that where the mongrel men came in, or what are we going to do there?
We don't know. We haven't gotten
TBD.
that far.
All right. Yep.
Yeah,
Because
we
right
don't
now
know.
we're doing the hexcrawl.
Doing the
Nice,
hexcrawl.
that's a nice map.
All right. Now, the thing we have to decide, are we going to do a random table? Because I know Joe absolutely hates random tables.
Hate them.
Or are we just going to kind of go with what we have and just kind of details the area? So we know Joe. Is there going to be? I want to see the crowd out there. Or what do we got? 10
all
people,
8 of
maybe?
us. Yeah.
Oh, I see 10 up here. So maybe.
Oh, good. Nice.
So let's see if I'm calling them the jury since you're the lawyer. So they call the jury out there. Do you want to do random tables, or do you want to agree with Joe and be wrong? It's up to you.
And while you're voting and debating this, there's something I noticed last week, Tim, while we were doing this, is a complete difference in the first time I noticed a stylistic difference is when we started coming up with a lot of spitballing ideas.
Yeah.
At that point is where I jot things down and would go on the deck, have a drink, take a puff, and just go nutty crazy in my head for another couple hours, and I'd send myself texts or write quick notes to myself on whatever if I had handy as these ideas came to my head. Like what we did for a half an hour before you started writing, I would have kept going for several more hours. I would have made many, many more pieces in the sandbox in order to tie a bigger or different kind of a web together. Whereas once we got the basic foundation of it, which was the skeletal outline, you're like, okay, let's start writing down shit now. I'm like, whoa, we got a couple more hours of getting stoned, drinking, and figuring shit out. But you're like, let's write it down now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're thinking of like a grand scale thing where this is going to be kind of maybe a 1 or 2 session, possibly. It is, after developing it, we're gonna might be longer than that, but like a single adventure. I want to keep it focused more. Because I know it makes sense. Because going off in the weeds, I write micro adventures, so you have to try to be concise and and try to keep things focused. So that's the only reason why. Because I don't. Because if I think about things too much, it loses its power for me.
I get it.
So.
Somebody had a good idea. We're going to roll to the side, Tim.
We're going to roll on a random table.
Not even a table, just a high. Do you want high or low on a D20? High?
Well, I always want to roll high.
You always want to roll low. You want to go for the 1, Tim, to win.
Well, no, I always want to roll high.
Well, yeah, you don't, though. So
that's right. I'm aware.
All right. Well, here's a question. Which die do you want? We got gray, black, clear, and white.
Give me I can read the.
Or we could do the old Tim Shorts official GM Games die. You want to do that? It might help you out.
Yeah, why don't we do that? All right. I'll take. Are you rolling one too?
I got one. I'll roll this, and that way they can see it. But you call it. Do you want high or low? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 5, or 6?
I'll go with high.
High means we go random all the way.
Yeah.
It is 2.
2. So we're going the Joe route.
All right, we're figuring this shit out. All right, we're doing the old school approach. All right, cool. All right, here we are. We are going.
This isn't the old school approach. Is random tables.
I know. But my old school style.
Your old school style.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess the first thing we should decide then, what's in the lair?
What's in the lair? All right.
What's in the lair?
So this is the question, right? We have a web-infested area, which I adventured in with a powerful guy, and he ran like a little crying bitch, peeing his pants all the way out. So that's tough. So anything in that lair has got to be something that the spiders wouldn't hit, wouldn't hit the spiders, but is dangerous all the still. So basically, maybe a lair of something that doesn't go in the same area or territory as the spiders, right? Something different than them.
Okay. Yeah, there's about a half a mile between like the outer edge of the west, because we got 1 mile hexes, so about a quarter mile, half a mile from the edge of that. Still close enough to make you pucker.
Yep.
But, far enough away that it wouldn't have to be a spider thing.
Craig is saying now, Tim, here's a big question though. Which way does the trail go? Between the lair and the web infested thing or not? That's going to be a big deal, right? Because it may affect, why would they even go to the lair? Why would they be so close?
I will tell you what, let's go up here and for right, we'll do this. We're going to add a little, where's it at?
Head with 2 heads, Tim and Joe. I kind of like that. The two-headed end, Tim and Joe. I kind of dig that. I got to say, Greg.
All right. Where do you want the trail to go?
I kind of like the idea of having it in between. That way they could see that something is to the north, not too far away.
Go this way?
Yeah, like, go between them. Run them. Yeah.
Where do you want me to go? Just straight on through?
I mean, you'd have to go near the mysterious
I would say
feature.
like we'll have the blood thing kind of finished there because eventually they're just going to run out.
Yeah. No more blood.
So we'll make that a little bit smaller because his blood's not going to be like 100-foot swath of.
You got like a red line. You can make a red.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, you'll see what I'm gonna do next. So we're gonna do.
You got the skills on this stuff. I could barely like. Yeah, my skills with computer stuff is my skills with art. No. I could draw stick people, but that's pretty much where I peak.
So there we got that, and then we'll make it a nice red color.
Nice blood
and
red.
And then what we'll do is just to give it a little bit more kind of. See, we'll just kind of give it a little.
Yep, nice dotted look. Okay.
Yeah, dotted look. All right.
So the lair has a chance of something coming out and jumping them, because why would you go into the lair unless you had a good reason, right? I mean, so you're following the trail of blood. What would entice you to go up to the lair? All right, because you need a hook, right? You got to give these people an option. Maybe there was a fight with the Grimlocks. Whatever lives in the lair fought the Grimlocks, and it looks like some of the Grimlock blood continue to the north and some continue to the east, and so you don't know which group of Grimlocks had Blake, right?
Okay, where's it splitting at then, Joe?
Oh, at the lair. So there was a fight. There are some dead Grimlocks at the scene of the fight, and then blood goes to the north, and blood keeps going to the northeast.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see if I can fiddle with this and.
So that gives the players in true sandbox style. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? You have a branching adventure now. So that trail of blood leads up to the lair, and that trail of blood keeps on going towards the mysterious feature.
Gotcha.
Right. And so now the players are like, shit, we got 4 dead Grimlocks and we got 2 blood trails to figure out now. Did Blake go to the north with the Grimlocks to the north? Did the Blake go to the northeast?
Well, let me put the text wrap on that, and we'll just add it like right there.
Vertical. Yeah.
How does that look?
Well, I think it would end. The trail should end at the lair, right?
Oh, the trail is going to end at the lair.
In other words, that way the player's like, shit.
I thought you said it's split.
Yeah, it does. It splits at just below the lair, right? Just below the skull, along the blood trail, right?
Okay.
Just a small Y. And so the players have an option. Do we keep going? Do we go
like that way?
Yeah. But have it short, end at the lair. Because
end at the lair. Okay.
End at the lair, yeah.
All right, we can do that.
So something caused Grimlock blood to go north to the lair, and something caused Grimlock blood to go northeast towards what we know is the bad guy's house, right?
Okay.
And so now what they'll see at that
junction
are dead Grimlocks. And something else, right?
All right.
Something else that gives a clue as to what's in the lair. So now the players have got a decision. What do we do?
All right, let me write that down. So the blood trail, so it splits. Oh, what happened there? Splits and ends at the lair. And then what'd you say about the other stuff?
Or you could keep on going along the original blood trail and head out towards the main bad guy's house, So what the thing is, the players won't know that there is a lair there. They don't know where they're going. All they see is like, shit, our trail is split.
Right. So that'll be the decision there. All right. That sounds good. That gives them a thing. So, all right. So the blood trail. Okay. So so we're going to put the Etten in the lair there.
We'll have the Etten in the lair, right? Okay. And we'll have Etten in the lair. Now, it's going to be apparent to whoever saw the fight that the Etten walked off with at least, and maybe a bloody Grimlock. Maybe they brought a Grimlock to eat. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
We don't know that they brought Blake, but there'll be a few dead Grimlocks and a blood trail that is the same color as the Grimlock blood, right?
Grimlock. So a couple of dead Grimlocks. Are they going to be
crushed by what a giant would crush them with, right? And you're going to see big old giant footprints leading off there.
Okay, giant footprints. Okay.
Now the blood that they see, we don't know if it's Grimlock blood or Blake blood or who he took.
Right. Okay. And then, okay. So what about inside the lair? So that's the kind of the outside lair. Let's go deep inside the
Flint has a good idea. A weapon, a piece of clothing. Flint, what are you going with that? I kind of like where you're going, but explain a little more.
Where are we at now?
Flint Fireforge.
Okay, a weapon, a piece of clothing.
In other words, as a clue or something like that. Like a bit of Blake's cloak is there, maybe his robe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like that, Flint. That's good. That's good. So now that gives you like, oh shit, Blake was in the fight. There's a bloody piece of a mage's robe there. Grimlocks don't wear fine mage robes, right? There's a bloody piece of a mage robe at the fight.
Okay.
So now they're like, shit, where do we go? And they see clearly that the Grimlock footprints lead to the northeast, but leading to the north are only the footprints of the giants. But who did he take? A Grimlock or Blake?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Decision time.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that decision time.
Yeah.
All right. Inside the lair.
Grimlock. I'm sorry. Ed inside the lair, right? Okay. Small little cave, right? A few rooms.
Like how many rooms in the cave, guys?
3-4 rooms. About a 4-room dungeon, 5-room dungeon, right?
Let's see. Well, Greg's got something too. Grimlock should drop clubs that didn't want. All right, we'll put some clubs there too.
Okay.
Some clubs. You know what? The other two, because they found a stone axe in Red's head.
Yes.
So let's put a stone axe there too. So, okay. Well, and I put it right in the middle of the bloody piece of the image. That's okay.
You want to do that?
All right.
And Greg, you absolutely are going to have luxurious bathroom facilities in this Grimlock lair. You will have a place to take a shit.
The Etten shits were
big, nasty too.
Going to be
smelly. I mean,
a bidet.
Oh, well, how about like a stream that has the effect of a bidet?
Just
you know what I mean?
It's
just kind of like it's like a little fountain that shoots out, like it's a natural kind of a thing, but it has the effect of a bidet.
Just a spring that every once in a while just
old faithful. Every 60 minutes, you get a little fucking bidet effect. You know.
Why don't we? Okay, so for the Etten's lair, so we're going with a cavern then.
Cave. A cave. How about a little 3-5 room cave, something like that? What do you think? Unless you think he took over any sort of like an old building. I know. Well,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a cavern. It can be whatever. I mean, like how? Let's see. I don't remember how big. I know it's pretty big, but I don't remember how. There it is.
They're
13 feet tall.
Yeah, they're decent size. So you need a big
low intelligence, brutal temperament. Dressed in filthy animal skins, layers usually underground, filled only in darkness.
There we go. But they could be above ground. Just put a little.
Yeah, we can make them whatever. Because remember that because the Komor Forest is pretty much a glorified
death trap.
Well, that too, but there's not a lot of sunlight that reaches the ground anyway. So we can do 3 to 5 room cavern or ruins or something like that.
You had a decent map way the hell back, dude. I still remember it was a nice map, and I wish I could find it on the spot, you know. But you've had a couple.
I only had one, huh?
There was a few, but you had a couple that were nice. Oh, dude, how about the one that my original guy died in diving through the window? Do you remember that one? Be kind of nice to bring that in.
Well, that was a Wizards of the Coast map, and that was it? That was a walled, ruined cabin or something like that. Yeah, that wasn't a cavern or anything.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, I'm glad that's on my map, Joe.
That wasn't your map, so it's a sucky map.
3 or 5 rooms. Well, okay, so is he going to be eating? Is he got Grimlock like roll-ups or something like that he's
how about
eating?
this? Who owns I mean, we always think, it's a ruined house or something like that. What if the motherfucker just moved in to a house where people live?
You want him to move into a house?
What are they going to say? No?
Right.
You know what I mean?
All
they're
right.
going to say, get the hell out of here. No, they're going to say no. They're going to go, oh, shit. Look who just moved in.
Destroyed house.
A barn. He moved into the barn next to a house because the barn would have the headspace for him, right?
A barn. Okay. Well, probably not at this time period, but probably we'll just say that it'll have more space.
More space. Yeah.
Moved into a barn next to a house. Is that what you want to do?
And the people in the house are still there. They're like, what do we do? He threatened to eat us if we leave. So, save the people, save the little girl with the dolly, right? Because you gotta have the little girl with the doll saying, "Please, please save me," from the big bad guy. Or the little girl made friends with the fucking Ettins.
Made friend. Well, okay.
Don't kill my friend.
Yeah.
This is the kind of spitball that I like. See,
I know.
You know what I mean?
But we got to make sure we don't distract too much from the core. We don't want to make this one more interesting than the
I know.
One.
What the hell? All right. So
it's funny that the Ettins moved into a barn next to the house and the people are still in there.
And the girl likes them, and they like the girl, but the family doesn't want to leave because they'll kill him if he does.
The only reason the Ettin doesn't kill them is because he friended the little girl.
What's her name? Ivy.
No, I'm going to call her Ivy.
Redheaded girl.
Redheaded, vicious girl.
She keeps the Ettin in their place.
That's right. She brings them cookies.
Yes. He brings them cookies. So he doesn't eat the whole family.
Right.
He goes out and hunts. Yeah. So she brings some cookies, doesn't eat the family. He goes out and hunts and brings back the Grimlocks and shit like that. So he lives in the barn after having eaten their cow.
Right. Yeah. And that's why they need to get rid of him, because he's eating everything.
He's eating everything. Yeah.
He's not killing them. He's like destroying the crops. He killed all the animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If he can't find food, there goes another sheep. Oh man. All right, I kind of like this. I'm digging this, man.
All right, so he's eating everything.
All right,
that should put eating everything.
Eating, yes.
Eating. Ettin's eating. All right. So what is it? So in the barn, is it just going to be as simple? The barn's in there.
Yeah, barn, a 3-room,
don't have to worry.
2-room. Yeah.
Well, barn's a barn. There's not really.
I mean, a 3-room house next door to it. You know what I mean? Something like that.
We don't have to detail that, because I'm not going to draw that out or anything.
You never know. You never know. What if the Ettin, they start killing the Ettin, you'd have to evac to the house, and then you needed the layout, right?
Right. Maybe. Yeah. Let's see. They know everything.
And the little girl's crying the entire time you're killing her best friend. That's cool and creepy all at the same time.
Little girl cried.
Or we have a King Kong moment. He's on the roof of the barn with the little girl in his arms. Oh, we need a King Kong moment here, man. The Fay Ray moment. Oh shit! Come on.
What Fay Ray moment are you having now?
Yeah, he's up. Remember, he was up on the fucking Empire State Building.
I understand that. So what is he going to do? Pick up the little girl?
Yeah, he's like evacuating. Oh, don't kill my friend. He goes up to the roof of the barn. You're fucking shooting arrows at his ass, and trying to avoid the girl. Well,
our party, they would just continue.
They would just kill the girl. I know.
Right?
Oh, sorry. Friendly fire. Whoops. Yeah. You can totally have a fucking Fay Ray King Kong moment there. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna put a little detail in.
Maybe if down to 15% of his hit points, grabs the girl and runs to the roof if he can.
Just runs out to save him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll tell you what. This one might be interesting too. What kind? Okay. So we have. This is what I kind of like to do with my adventures, and that is, hey Zwicky. is if they do go in there and somehow they kind of put foot to the eaten, and what's we could put something in there that might give a clue, like maybe something that the Grimlock was carrying. Maybe the Grimlock he was eating has something.
Map of the area. Map of the area. Who doesn't like a map?
A map of the area.
Who doesn't like a little map, like a Grimlock drawn map of how to get there and back?
I was thinking more like just a subtle hint. I don't, nothing too, just a subtle hint. And like, I would think these Grimlocks would start kind of worshiping the Mind Flayer almost as a
god,
or just something about. And they would have this very crude symbol with like tentacles.
All right. That's cool. Tattoo maybe or something. Branded, not even a tattoo, a brand.
Okay. All right.
Brand.
All right.
That's hardcore.
Okay. Dead.
Gotta watch Yellowstone again. Remember the branding? And you ever seen Yellowstone, dude?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch all three of them. There's three. Oh, Jesus Christ, Tim, you would love this show.
I've seen bits of it, and I'm sure I probably would, but it's just I don't know. It's on another fucking streaming service. I know.
I know what I do. I buy them. I don't even subscribe anymore. I'm never getting rid of Amazon Prime because of the shipping, right? So what I do is I go in there.
They don't do 2-day shipping anymore. They just ship it out.
Here they do. I mean, where I live in Connecticut, there's like 6 major warehouses within a mile of my house, kind of thing. So we're metro here, So yeah. But the bottom line is that you could buy stuff on Amazon. You could buy a season for $20. And then you own it forever because you're never getting rid of Amazon, right? So you have it forever. So
yeah, well, that's what I do that. I buy series on Amazon Prime, and that when I want to keep them. So, Deadlight Grimlock with a crude branding of tentacles.
If the clue was physical, Flint is saying you take it away. Any adventuring group worth their salt's going to cut the skin off the Grimlock's arm and take it with them. So, that's especially
right. I don't know. I kind of like the emblem, though, the stone thing more than the branding.
Okay, go for it.
I do like that. Yeah.
All right. Like a chiseled into stone, primitive style.
Yeah, crude stone.
All right. And I have an announcement, boys and girls. I'm taking my first potty break of the evening. I will be back in a minute.
One of many to come.
One of many to come. I broke the seal. It's all over now. I'm going to mute. I'll be back in a second.
All right. Now we got to get some work done with Joe gone, huh? Dead Grimlock with this crude stone. I guess we'll call it an amulet from not with tentacles. All right. And hopefully that'll be sufficient to, give a clue, a foreshadowing of their death. I always like giving my players a glimpse of what will kill them and allow them their choice of whether they go on to their deaths or they turn around and tuck tail. Joe usually chooses the latter. All right, web infested area. Let's do that one now since that's the next lowest. Web infested. What do we want to do with that, guys? Do we want to keep it simple or do we want to make it a little bit more complex or more detailed?
I'm back. I found another peanut, by the way. So we're up to 4 peanuts now. It's on the floor. So,
man, it's getting crazy over there.
Getting nutty. Peanuts galore, boys and girls.
All right, so we're in the web infested area.
Oh, okay. So why would the players even go there?
Well,
you start seeing webs, and it's
the only reason I put it there is because it's there.
It's there, exactly.
It's there.
So, did some of the on the larger map, Tim, scrolling up a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Was there also a southern blood trail that went to the webs?
I wouldn't say that. I think the web infested area is just that's the place I add because that's just part of the setting.
Okay.
And people are they can go in there. Not really any reason why, but I mean, players do a bunch of dumbass shit.
True.
Yeah. So you never know because if you give them a door, they're going to go through it. If you give them cobwebs, they'll usually stay away from them because there's kind of thing. But you've got those creepy guys that we'll just say
Speaking of
Infested.
door, Flint's throwing out some great ideas here, dude. The thing is on a necklace. It opens a door. It fits into something. It's like a key. They hear, oh, Flint. They hear the cries of someone caught in the web. That's just a simple morality check right there, right? What kind of group do you have?
Oh yeah, infested with. Let's see. Let's check out what kind of spiders they have because we're using what old school essentials, right?
I believe so. Yes.
I believe so. Let's see
Always
what kind
good
of
to pull
spider
out the old book.
So in the which one's this one? In the advanced one, looks like they just have giant spiders.
Okay. Doesn't Greg have an old school essentials book with more monsters?
Greg?
I'm sure he does. He's a pick me girl. He makes a new book for everything. He probably did an old school one too.
I don't think he did one for old school essentials. Not that
Greg,
I know of.
Greg, you're slacking, man.
Yeah, he wasn't like taking taking all those things to get him creative there,
Oh, here we go. We got we got the advanced fantasy book as a shit ton. So we have an aquatic spider. No. We have
they have different ones in there?
Yeah. So we have a black widow, we have a crab spider, a phase spider, and a tarantula. Black widow, 6 foot long. I'm sure that's save or die, right? Causes death in 1 turn, save versus poison. The aquatic spider we're not doing, obviously. The crab spider changes their color to match their surroundings. Ambushes by dropping down from above. I like that.
Yeah.
On a 1 and 4, due to camouflage, it's surprised. You walk on walls and ceilings. Poison, death in 1d4 turns, and the save E poison is a +2 bonus. That's nice.
I'll tell you what we can do. I got an idea. All right. So let's find a stat block that you like in here. Just all we need is a stat block. We don't need details quite yet.
Okay. Crab spider is a decent basic stat block.
I'm looking for
page 110. Page 110 of the old school essentials advanced fantasy referees tome.
Oh, you're using out of the big freaking tome. I've got the little books there.
Yeah, no, I got the advanced one, has more monsters, more everything, so that's why
I'm looking at that. This is the advanced fantasy. This one has phase spiders, aquatic spider.
Yeah, there you go.
But I don't see crab spider.
It's right after Black Widow.
I don't even have Black Widow in this one.
You got the shit version book, dude. Just saying, you better get a refund on that, man. Yeah, you're missing fucking monsters and shit.
Freaking Gavin.
The hell, motherfucker.
Gotta call him all off. I think they're all combined into one. Yeah, here's the Black Widow, crab spider. They're just spread out. And one's
my god, dude. No. Here it is. The tarantula. 7 foot long, hairy hunting spiders, blah, 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 magical in nature, hit dice 4, 18 hit points, yada, yada. The save versus poison is either you save versus poison or you dance for 2d6 turns, suffering from painful jerking spasms that resemble a macabre dance. Onlookers, viewers of one affected by the poison must save versus spells or begin dancing in the same fashion for as long as a poison victim. And they're -4 penalty to attack rolls at AC. After 5 turns of dancing, you're exhausted and fall to the ground helpless. That's fantastic. You dance your way nonstop into magical dancing to your doom. Holy shit, I love it.
So we're going to do
fucking awesome.
Tarantulas then.
Tarantulas, OSE tarantulas. Because you dance and you can't do anything and you're dancing and you're trying to hit this guy and live and you just keep fucking dancing.
I don't remember them dancing
I don't either.
No.
Somebody was so stoned when they wrote that.
They must have been stoned when they wrote that one. That's hilarious.
Oh my god, it's awesome. Oh my god.
Tarantula it is. All right. Sounds good.
Wrote a lot of Monsters of Ambition and Avarice 2E.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
If using the modular books, there are 2 different monster books. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I have both of those out, Zwicki. Yeah, I didn't realize that they combined them because I have the tomes too. But all right. So infested with tarantulas. Do we want to add anything else in there? You said.
What's the hook to get him in there? Just stupidity? No hook needed?
Basically, yeah. It's just kind of there because sometimes I add things there that not necessarily have anything to do with anything. They're just kind of there. Like that one time when you hit the vampire flowers and you just had to try them out. They were just there, but you had to go fuck with them.
I didn't try him out. That's why I had a red shirt try it out.
You sent a red shirt.
I'm no fool. I've been around the fucking block in the Komor Forest. I know goddamn what the hell. That's why red shirts exist. Hey, sniff that interesting flower over there that the DM took special note of. See what happens. Ooh, it smells. Okay.
Right. Yeah, you see your henchman just flop over, and it's like, I knew it. Yeah, and that's all you said while your guy's dead on the ground.
Yeah, I won. I didn't get killed. So red shirts fucking exist.
All right. So now we have the end of the so let's say that they got past the web infestation, the lair. And then they get to, let's go, add a thing here to the end of the blood trail. What is going to be at the end of the blood trail? Is there anything going to be there?
Is there a camp, Tim? How far are we talking? I mean, they could make, what is the length of the route?
So
here?
1 hex equals 1 mile.
So they wouldn't camp, they go right to the lair.
2.5. Yeah. I'm going to assume that they would be able to make it with, I don't know. You're not going to make it real fast, but I don't know what the.
Oh, you know what they did, Tim? Here, scroll up a bit. Here's what they did.
Okay, what did they do?
The blood trail ends at the mysterious feature, and they bound their wounds, and then they took off again.
They bound the wounds. Okay, so what? Okay, then let's just go to the mysterious feature, which is what?
I love what you did with the Viking runes areas where
the resting stones.
The resting stones, yes, okay. Yes. I love the resting stones. You want to explain it? You can do better than I can. They're very, very cool. There could be a resting stone place that they know because it affects everybody equally.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So what the resting stones are in my campaign is they're usually a small circle, like a small henge is probably the best way to describe it. And what they are, they're places in the Komor Forest where you can rest without any trouble. As long as you're within the circle of the resting stones, you will not get bothered that night. You can have a restful sleep. And one of the customs of the resting stones, too, I don't know if you remember this, Joe, but people will bury things around the resting stones.
Yes.
So if you need something, what they'll do is they'll put useful things. They'll bury useful things around the resting stuff. Oh,
there you go. There. I found one. Yeah. So this is an older version, but it gives you an idea what they are. Tim, you can just use this. I mean, steal it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's interesting stuff buried around resting stones that you can use, but you get some benefit. You bandage your
wounds. Go ahead and
might get a hit
scroll
point.
Down on that one too, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like there's an example of buried things around it. I call it burying it forward. So you're basically, if you can dig up stuff and use, you know, it's going to be random things that you can find down there, but usually it'll be useful stuff. And then part of it is if you take something, you replace something. It's not required, but it's sort of just the custom of the resting stones and that. So that's what that is. And we can have the Grimlocks. You say, what did they do? But they bound their wounds there?
They bound their wounds because maybe they know that if you bind your wounds and rest for an hour here, you might get a hit point back. They may not know about the buried things, right? Because they're fucking Grimlocks.
Right.
But, you know what I mean?
They're not smart enough to figure that out.
But the players might see a slightly discolored stone quite out of place and look under it and see 1d12. Here you are. You know what I mean? One of those items.
Okay, now Blake is pretty intelligent. So what kind of clue is Blake going to leave behind?
Blake will leave behind what is on Blake. Well, let's see what Blake has on him. I have Blake's character sheet.
Look at you using it. Sam, that's the damn thing it is. I make all that shit and I never use it.
I'm on this shit, man. I just closed out Blake's character sheet. It's like, oh, we're not going to use Blake, it looks like tonight. Right. So yeah. All right. So here we go. Blake's NPC card. Let me share this with y'all for a second here. Present, share screen, and boom. And Blake is now up, right? So there's Blake. All right. So we have a piece of his robe already cut off, the robe of Matthias. Tim, did you name it Matthias because of the author was of the art near was Matt Marrow or something?
No, that just was probably
Matt Jackson or
no. Just dumb coincidence. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what you're going to get, by the way. If you subscribe or a few bucks a month, you will get these NPC cards every month. And then you will want to go back and get all of them, which, Tim, you should do as a package every once in a while. Buy all the NPC cards, all 50. Once you get 50, dude, you're not up to 50 yet, are you?
Didn't I start this thing off about those you shoulds?
Yeah, I know. All right. All right. So here we go. So what does Blake have on him? Well, Blake has maps. So Blake's fucking glasses of read languages.
Okay. Is that what you want there?
Yeah, because it's something that he could have slipped in his robe. Grimlocks don't know what the hell they are. They think it's junk, right? And you see these spectacles, which are rare as shit, gleaming in the light. The light hits it just right or something, right? So you got these. Next thing you know, you got a fucking magic item. If Blake is dead, you don't rescue him. Hey, you got a magic item already.
Right.
And if you don't want to tell Blake you found his glasses, hey, whatever. So, all right.
Okay, it's next to the stone.
I like that.
All right.
Leaving a clue there.
Yep.
All right, cool.
So that's the mysterious feature with it goes, and then they're bound up there. And I'll redo the blood trail and make it work like that. All right.
So what do we got? I'm gonna pull the map up again there.
I keep forgetting it drops. Okay, so we do have the dungeon above, and that would. So what I'm thinking is if that's going to connect to the mind flare layer, we're going to need to know what that is, if it's going to connect, and how that's going to influence the actual adventure itself.
Tim, how about could you pull up the map of the layer again? You have that there still handy?
Sure. Let me do that.
Because here's what I'm wondering.
Oh, maybe. Why isn't it clicking? Here we go. So this 11 would kind of connect to that dungeon.
Unless scroll down a little bit. Because if you notice, 11 only connects to whatever the hell lives to the south. 11 does not connect directly to the mind flayer layer.
No, it doesn't.
But the thing from 14 and 12 and 4, that little exit might be the thing that goes to the dungeon.
Which one there? 12?
Between 12 and 4. See that little path?
Yeah, this one here.
That could be the thing that goes to the dungeon, right? Because the mind flayer may want access. You could access the mind flayer from there, unless you want the people from the dungeon to come in from the south, deal with whatever hell lives in the south, and then hit the mind flayer, right? So that's really the option. That's really the decision point. Do you want the dungeon to lead to not the mind flayer's lair, and whatever lives in the south, that's kind of like a frenemy or whatever you want to call it to the mind flayer's people and the Grimlocks, because the Grimlocks and the mind flayer live to the north of the river, right? Okay. So that's the decision point, right? Do we want the dungeon to lead directly to the mind flayer or to the other guys? What do you think?
I don't know.
Dice roll.
Roll your dice, Mr. Man.
I'll let you this time. You roll it, man. I rolled last time. You have a camera set up for it, or can you do it?
I can just tip this thing over.
All right, there you go. There you go.
My desk is fairly clean.
Thank God you're wearing pants. All right, here we go. Unlike Rob.
All right,
what are we doing here? So I'll call it. So high.
Yeah, you call it.
High is the access to the north goes, and low is the access to the south goes.
All right.
I don't see nothing.
So I don't know. It's a 15, I think.
15 high. All right. So it's the access point to the north.
There we go. 15.
All right. Good deal. Good deal.
Make everybody seasick.
All right. Nice. So the point to the north leads to the dungeon. All right. So what is in the dungeon? And I think that should sort of maybe relate to the shit in the south of the river. Right?
Okay.
They're connected. It's only a couple miles apart, right? If that.
Right.
So, what will live in this dungeon? What was this dungeon, and how does that relate to something that lives in an area with the mind flayers? If it's
I'm going to say it was probably even here before the mind flayer.
Oh yeah. It's been around forever. The mind flayer just sort of moved in,
And Flint's got a good point there too. If we do the, Flint's will probably do more in the adventure itself, maybe, or a lead up. Having those glasses be useful along the way, maybe these messages or write stuff, or so if they're wearing the glasses, they can read stuff.
Dude, how about? Do you remember that rule? And I think it was AD&D 1E that every mage had his symbol, his sigil, his mark.
His mark.
Right.
I don't know. Was that a 1E one?
I think it might have been Forgotten Realms actually. You might have forgotten Realm Stem.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
Maybe if they put the glasses on, they see that Blake sort of like drew his symbol on the rock that they could only see with the glasses.
All right.
With the glasses on, though, it's Blake's symbol. You would have had to lay the groundwork for Blake's symbol back in the early days. You know what I mean? In part 1,
right?
We could circle back to that.
With the glasses, AC Blake's sigil.
Yeah. And then we have the whole journey to the center of the earth bullshit, AS or whatever hell it was, the initials along the way. Every once in a while, the party would wear the glasses and see the AS carved into the tree or something.
Yeah. That sounds good. All right. So what's in the dungeon?
All right. Dungeon. How does it, the dungeon would have to relate to what the dungeon connects to in some way, right? Seems to be. The dungeon connects to this group of caves to the south. What lives in the south that would also inhabit dungeons? That wouldn't be on the Mind Flayer's threat list, but the Mind Flayer could use as, hey, if anybody breaks in, these mindless beasts who don't know enough not to fuck with me might fuck with them, right? So they're guarding the dungeon entrance. So the Mind Flayer, being a genius, is using them to guard his flank, even though he has no use of them. So if he has no use for them, they have no brains.
One of my I'm gonna make a suggestion.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love these things.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
I'm gonna go up. I'm reading that. I'm reaching for the Fiend Folio.
Oh, shout out! All right, I'm gonna reach for mine now too because I
love my Fiend Folio.
I'm a pick me girl too, Tim. So I got to reach for the Fiend Folio too now.
All
man.
Right.
I only have I have 2 Fiend Folios. Is it folios or folii? What do you do?
Well, it's got an O at the end.
Folios, like Cheerios, I guess,
or like Rolos. I don't know.
Rolos
if it's got an O at the end,
I haven't had a Rolo one forever, dude.
Neither have I.
Got me thinking Rolos. You think that fucking dry those? What are we looking at? What page?
You see
what is that? I can't hold it. We got to show you. We got to visualize you here. One full
visualize me.
What is that? A Norker? All right. What page are we on? What page are we on?
We're on page 69.
Oh, that's page. Dude, that's a great fucking page. All right.
Well, it's 68, 60. I guess he's on 68, but there's a bigger picture of him on 69.
No, there's not. Oh, yes, you're correct. You are correct.
You were just about to say that wasn't correct. You sound like Rob.
Yeah. Because I didn't realize it. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at the fucking Nika Damon. All right, Norker.
Mm-hmm. They're just very simple. 1D plus 2. They get 2 attacks.
Like primitive goblins.
Yeah, they're just real, because I think they would be in competition with the Grimlocks.
Yes.
They have the same mentality, kind of very
primitive. I love it.
Primitive, but there would be like rival tribes almost. And the Mind Flayer knows this, so it's a way for him to have 2 groups that he controls, and yet to keep them under control, he can play them off on one another.
Exactly. That's a brilliant Mind Flayer style move. Look at this interesting thing in the bottom of the description. In all other respects, they're similar to hobgoblins in the D&D monster manual.
Right.
So they have an exoskeleton of AC 3. That's some badass shit right there.
That is some badass shit.
That's like Klingon shit,
Klingon shit.
You remember that episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where Worf reverted to his primitive Neanderthal level ancestor?
I never watched Next Generation. I swear to God, every time I watch I decide to watch an episode of Next Generation, there's always some fucking time.
Yeah.
It was always a time travel episode that just made no sense.
Yeah, I know.
The only cool Next Generation episode I ever saw was the one where they zapped Picard's brain and he kind of lived an entire life.
That was actually really cool. That was pure sci-fi. That was pure sci-fi. I could see you liking that, Mr. Harlan Ellison boy. I could see that.
I proudly declare my Ellisonhood. Yes,
Ellisonhood.
Yes.
All right.
So and there's not a lot to it, so it can be very simple. And the cool thing about it too is we can add some nuances to it if we need to.
Yes,
we can add some culture to it, which I'm sure we will do it. So we'll go with the Norkers because Grimlocks are from here too, from the Fiend Folio also.
Nice. This is a totally British thing. If it's a British adventure, we need to have a British related dungeon that these Norkers came from. So what are the Brits have? What kind of a thing would they have up there?
Well, we're dealing with medieval
medieval
fantasy.
Brits. Yeah, I know.
So they're pretty much already there. So what kind of thing you're talking
I don't know.
about?
I'm thinking some level of connection to fish and chips is all I'm thinking right now. Maybe because I'm hungry and I got the munchies. But yeah, the weed is kicked in and I really just craving fish and chips and Rolos for some fucking reason. So that's all I really want right now.
There you go. Fish and chips and Rolos. It's about as British as you can get. That's funny. I don't know. Like you're talking about the dungeon there.
Yeah.
There's so many different because I don't want to stick too much on the dungeon because like the dungeon is a sort of like a
bonus thing. Yeah,
a bonus thing. And I'm using dungeon. It can be a cavern. It doesn't have to be finished walls or anything. It doesn't really. Let's just kind of look at it. It's keeps on saying far distance of hobgoblins. Orcs are similar in appearance to their hobgoblin, although they don't look anything like any of the because the hobgoblins in the first edition they were more samurai looking and
true. They really were.
They were very militant. Remember, they were very organized military.
And
these guys look like they're tailgaters on a college game day that's 10 below zero and they don't have any shirts on.
Dude, how about this? The ogre mage who used to live in these caverns, who was driven out by the Mind Flayer and his Grimlock minions, retreated to this dungeon up north and keeps advanced forces down there because he wants his damn place back again. So the ogre mage is in the dungeon, but he has the Norkers who are his bitches, right? Like at a
now we're adding an ogre mage.
Oh, an ogre mage. He's a sub boss. He's a minor boss. Ogre mage is an OSZ. Let's see if they got him. Do you think they have him?
I don't know.
If not, we'll make one goddamn one up. Ogre. Right. I just see ogres. What was the other name for an ogre mage? Anybody in the audience?
Anything?
All right. So we'll make up an ogre mage. We could make up it if you want.
All right. So we're going to have a rival. I don't know.
The ogre mage is intelligent. If we encounter the ogre mage, so we could ally. The characters can ally with an ogre mage and the Norkers and attack the Mind Flayer. So it's not just a fucking dungeon assault, right?
Okay.
If you encounter the Norkers and you're not obviously Mind Flayer controlled, right? What you can do is you can negotiate barter with them. Let us take you to our leader. You meet the ogre mage. He's like, hey, 1,000 gold pieces. You kill this motherfucker. I don't care about
called Japanese ogres.
Is that what it's called in OSC?
Well, not in OSC. In the first edition, it's just parentheses Japanese ogre.
Okay. I don't see it in OSC, so yeah. So we'll riff off of whatever we got for various editions,
You're right.
And
are you using your special edition, your special tome book, and it's not?
It's not in there. I just see the reference tome Advanced Fantasy. Yeah. All right, so ogre mage running the Norkers who wants his fucking caverns back, and he's relegated to this shithole location.
So ogre running Norkers.
An Oni? Is that what it's called? An Oni? Flint?
The Oni's a demon.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Oni's like a Japanese demon.
You're right. Shit that might be in my goddamn Codex Scenario.
I was going to say,
let's see.
You probably
we're going to just steal that shit right from this goddamn book.
Coming up aces with it.
All right. This is what we call synchronicity, boys and girls.
Yes, it is.
Otherwise known as fucking pure blind fucking luck. All right. Which is, at the time, that's all you need. All right, we got the gods. You keep going, and I'm going to try to find a fucking Oni.
Kind of a
beast,
demon, orc, ogre, or troll.
Some good pictures of the monsters here too. I got to say, I really enjoy the style of the art in this book. It's pencil black and white. All of it is good.
So before you go, as you're doing that, I keep on looking at this is not good. I'm not looking at my screen. I'm looking at the YouTube screen, trying to control my mouse. It doesn't work.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I always have a separate StreamYard. One whole screen is always StreamYard's, Tim.
Well, that's what I meant, StreamYard. Yeah, it's all StreamYard that I'm doing it on.
So. Oh, you're trying to move your mouse on StreamYard?
Yeah. It's not very effective. So ogre magi is running Norkers to the south then?
running Norkers, and so they have a sort of like a Maginot line on that river, basically. You know what I mean? It just as a way to they're holding each other off.
Player.
Look at me quoting history and shit. Like I know it.
I know.
I just like
baffling with your bullshit.
I pretend I'm smart. That's all it is. Well, we'll find an Oni somewhere. It's not in this book, believe it or not. I don't see Oni.
Really?
Yeah. I'm really surprised. Unless they call it something else. I'm looking for Oni, then I'm just looking at pictures of what looks like it might be an Oni, but I don't see it. So we'll find it somewhere. We'll find.
So how many? Okay, so we got a dungeon over. Let's. What kind of? Because if we're gonna do this, are we gonna make a dungeon then up there? Because
kind of should leave it could be a rooms. It could be an old monastery. An old, some weird ass.
That requires a map and details.
No. It's a monastery to Puce, Tim. Puce.
Okay.
Puce. Okay. Greg, if you're still watching, Puce is making an appearance. So,
you know what's funny is like if I run his guy, maybe we'll put this in there and he has to get it back for his god.
Yeah. Oh, there's the hook. There's the other guy wandering in the woods along the way. Go to the dungeon. Help me.
Joe, you gotta focus this. You can't just say
this is a web, Tim. It's a web of fun.
It's not a web. This is an adventure. It's an adventure.
I'm already finishing up one bottle of wine. This is a fucking web right now. All right.
Yeah, I can see why you never finish an adventure.
This is good shit, man. So Greg's guy, the priest of Puce,
walks up to your camp
in the middle of the night, shushing you all, even though you're sleeping.
Yeah. Shush. Yes.
Shushing the snoring.
Yes. The whole monastery. And that would just be like the ultimate violation of, Puce just having these noisy things in there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. And because the Ogre Magi snores. You cannot have snoring in a temple of Puce. Oh, God. This is fun, man. This is fun.
What do we got? Okay. According to Wikipedia Monster Manual 76, it said that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I was reading. I didn't read it all the way through. So, yeah, there's some freaky looking dudes because they got light blue skin or light green, pale brown. Yeah.
I wonder if they called it a yokai.
Yokai?
I wonder if they called it a yokai in this book. I'm looking up it again here.
Oh, maybe.
ST.
And I think because an ogre magi, is that the one that can polymorph itself?
I think so.
Well, that was the one there was an ogre magi in S2 that was polymorphed into a halfling at the bottom of the thing. Yeah.
Is it Monster Manual 1, boys and girls? Where am I looking here?
Yeah, Monster Manual 1, page 76. The original.
Let me see here. Let me get my sturdier Monster Manual and pull that shit up.
Person, sleep, assume gaseous form.
Dude, I have a Monster Manual here. I think I'm going to show this because I think you'll appreciate the shit out of this, dude. I got this from somebody. I don't know who or where. Just picked it up. Let me aim the camera down again. I know you like this stuff as much as I do. Here, let me just. Oh, I'm not even sharing screen.
You're peeking through, Joe. You be careful.
Yeah, I see. It's. Let me see. Let me turn off my background there. Virtual background, none. Oh,
okay.
Do you see
blurry?
Damn.
Here, let's embiggen you.
Oh yeah, make it embiggen me.
So, how do I? Did I? Oh no! All I did was.
Oh, it's funny. I can't. Let's see if I can bring it down here. There it is. Happy birthday, Tom, 1983. Love, Auntie Trisha and Uncle Victor.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right? I love that shit, man. Yeah. I love that shit.
That's great.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So anyway, I'm going to show you. So that's the Monster Manual I'm looking at here. Just to show you there. I know you like that as much as I do. Ogre Magi, page 76. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got? Yep, it is definitely Japanese ogres are not as rare. Blah blah blah. Always have a chief of great strength.
Invisible. Ooh, they can. Oh, there it is. Polymorph to human or bipedal. That's what I like about it. I like that
Yeah.
it can actually polymorph into different things, and
Yeah.
that can be that what you're describing right there can be its own separate adventure on its own too.
But he's a single purpose ogre mage. All he wants is his fucking place back, and you kill them, he rewards you, right? And then you have a potential evil ally to the north,
possibly. Yeah.
Right. I mean, and they have once a day they have fly, become invisible, cause darkness, polymorph, blah blah blah. Once per day they can do the following: charm, sleep, assume gaseous form, and create a ray of cold with some serious damage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The freaking those things are nasty.
Yeah.
It's only a 5+2. You know, it's 5+2 hit dice, but with that magic ability, man, he can just wreck your world really quick.
Yep.
You know, because magic. Because like I just remember him. He was my like everybody liked the little winding down on S2, and there was like the whole, you know, the terrarium or whatever the hell it was called, you know, with that. But it was this ogre mage at the bottom that was polymorphed into a halfling that I played up as like he was captured there and he was suffering and everything. And then as soon as they turned their back, and if somebody had Black Razor or Wave or one of the things, that's who he targeted. You know, so there was because he knew that they were in there, and so but anyways, okay, so we have an old ogre magi. Okay, Fuse, and he wants him back.
He wants his lair back.
He wants him back. All right. So it took us how long to get to this point? Because it's already 9:30, Joe.
That's good. I mean, we started about an hour ago, dude. I mean, we filled in 2 layers. We got the rough outlines of 2 mysterious places.
Yep.
Right. We figured out the root of these guys.
Yeah, we basically finished the hex crawl there, which is pretty good.
Do we want to add in 2 things? Do we want to add in the hook of somebody in the woods, maybe Greg's cleric, help me take back this ancient monastery of Puce?
I don't want to distract from the adventure itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I said, I want this to kind of be like I don't mind like asides, but I think that's another adventure. Like if I was doing like this was a hex crawl thing, then absolutely. Then we'd add hooks like, you know, the way I did like Hunters in Death. Then I would definitely add in different hooks, and then see that's why I like random tables. Because I could add a random table, and then we could add in the Etten possibly in there.
Yes.
Maybe it's maybe one of the tarantulas is out and about, and he got one of the Grimlocks. So you're seeing a Grimlock twitch and dance and everything, and there's a spider nearby, or who knows? You might meet the priest of Puce.
What's Greg's guy's name? Have to be that name. We have to figure it out.
I have it on the.
Yeah. We'll have to get his stats and figure it out.
Yeah,
it might be a dude. You take back the thing, I'll give you some healing.
Right.
Something like that would be an easy gimme.
But yeah, I mean that's the great thing about a magic table, because it can make all these different elements now that we've created, make them into a cohesive table, and we can play off of what's going on, and we can give them clues. We can give them like a cleric that just it's like of course, like trying to defeat a ogre mage. Of course, they're going to be high enough level that they're going to have to take on a mind player.
Like so let's say a 4th level adventure. Wouldn't you say you need at least? Maybe if you need access at their level, do you want the lightning bolt and fireball, or is that too much?
I think they would need access to it.
All right, so the adventure for 5th to 7th level players.
No, I just say 5th.
At least 5th. Okay.
At least 5th levels. Maybe you could do like what I usually do is I'll give them a range. Like let's just say 3 to 5, but you'd want at least like 20 levels. Things. I don't usually don't do levels, because if you want to be 1st level and you want to try this, go for it.
Yeah.
If you're 10th level and you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Right? So I usually
it's good for DMs to have guidance, though. You know what I mean?
It does. It does, but I mean, usually I just make them for myself like these kind of things.
Yeah.
And because I mean, out of all my micro adventures, there's a couple where I did level stuff. Most of the time, you guys can, you can, because like a lower experience or a less experienced party, you want to be higher level, where a more experienced party, you give them a challenge, maybe a little bit lower level. So instead of going in and, in at 5th level, they could probably do it at 3rd or 4th level. Or if you've got, an inexperienced party, you might want them all be 5th level or a little bit higher.
Here's the thing, guys. It just comes to me, Tim. I think we should probably have, just for the DMs out there, we're talking about giving us the DMs for free to run something. They should. How about some NPCs, right? I mean, you could have Snickle
pre-generated
pre-gens.
Or...
Yeah,
okay.
pre-gens. Why don't we have pre-gens in there? Have 4 or 5 pre-gens, and they could be all of our old guys, right? My Snickle could be in there. Matt Sky could be in there. Gray Sky could be in there, right? We'll stat them up, modify them a little bit, make them 5th level, and we could have some pre-gens, because now that we're talking about this thing, I really want to fucking run it at ShireCon next year, dude. I'm gonna run this thing. I am. This thing will be out by way before ShireCon, and this will be out, and I want to run this goddamn thing at ShireCon. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
So our next step is, okay, so are we going to do a random table now? Have I sold you on that? Or
yeah, we should do at least one random table in the woods. But can you bring up, before you do it, can you bring up the map again? The map of the dungeon?
Yeah, of course. Let me do it so it's a little bit, you can see it better. Let's make this. Can we do that?
There you go. Yes, nice.
So that makes everything a little bit bigger.
I just wanted to check something out.
And then I will view, let me see here, make the whole page here.
Okay, that's helpful. Yeah. That actually helps a little bit.
Okay.
So if you, the way the only way the players are getting in is, since the northern entrance leads to the dungeon, and that leads to the Norkers, right?
So the Norkers are up here. We don't know what's over here.
Yep.
And we don't know what's to the south.
Well, that's the Norkers. The south is the Norkers.
Or yeah, there's Norkers. Yeah. So
right, because the only way to the Norkers is through 11 to the dungeon, right?
Well, so no, 11's Norkers. Yeah, so 7 is the Grimlocks, right?
Where's 7 again? No. No. See, the Norkers, Tim. My idea was that the Norkers lead to the dungeon, right? So there's Norkers in the dungeon, and there's Norkers down south. If you trace a route from 11 to 10, crossing the river, going to those caverns, and then the Norkers live in 8 and 6 and 3, and they battle the Grimlocks at 14 and 4.
Oh, I see. Okay, I got you.
You see what I mean? And so what goes from the south may or may not affect anything from 6, right? What my question is, how would the PCs get to Blake? Is it a river trip, in which case they go up the river and then they can either go north to 4 or south to 3? Or are we going to have that entrance above 4 be a perhaps hidden entrance that you might be able to get into without having to traipse along through the river?
Well, that's the thing. Which way would the Grimlocks go in?
I would think they go up the river so as to hide their tracks. They're cunning, right? They have savage cunning or something like that, right? But if the PCs might have a roll a check to see if they find that little, hidden entrance along the way. If they find it, they find it. If they don't, they don't.
Then I mean, that's something we could do, and because that's something we could develop during the adventure.
Yeah,
we'll have to figure that out. What would be the best way? Of course, when you've got something numbered 1, usually that's going to be where the entrance is going to be.
Yeah,
but it doesn't have to be the only way in. That's what I liked about Matt's dungeon, especially for this one, is it had 4 different ways you could get into this cavern compound. It has a lot of different options, which is
so number 11 is to the dungeon. We don't know where 7 goes. Number 1 is the way the Grimlocks came in. But the thing about taking the water path, right, is you don't know where the Grimlocks went. Did they go up to 4? Did they go to 3? Right? We don't know. All that we know, there's dead bodies or there's weaponry, maybe. You know what I mean? The bits and pieces of weaponry because of the Maginot Line effect here in both 4 and 3. So the PCs have an option. You go north or you go south. And there's not going to be...
I'm sorry. I was imagining something right now. So the cool thing is we could do outside too. And I'm already thinking about this, and we should be on this right now. But
Oh, that's my
So
style.
if we got Norkers and we've got the Grimlocks battling that area, especially, I think a contested area would be
Yes.
3 and 4 for the water.
Yes.
So as the party
8 and
goes
10 for
in,
the non-water.
they're going to see
8 and 14
bodies.
rather. Mm-hmm.
What's that?
8 and 14 for the non-water and 3 and 4 for the water.
Right. And
Yeah.
then down the stream, the party is going to see bodies of Grimlocks, bodies of Norkers in
Yes.
the stream.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So just maybe remind me of that, because I'm going to completely forget that later on. But we can do something like that.
But the decision point then is they're standing in the middle of number 1 between 3 and 4. They don't have any clue whatsoever. It's complete 50-50 chance, random guess. They see bodies, they see weapons. They don't know which way the Grimlocks went with Blake. If 50% chance they go north, 50% chance they go south. If they go south,
they're going to know which way, because they're going to see Norkers to the south and Grimlocks to the north.
But if all the bodies are mixed into the water and it's not
right,
too deep,
right. No, I know, but they'll probably have. I'm going to imagine, if that's going to be the contested area, they'll have somewhat sort of like fortifications or guards in that area. It's. Well, like I said, we're kind of going on.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. We're just thinking ahead. Just like you like churn stuff, you get this churn going for next week,
So next time, though, we'll do. Do you want me to develop the
Ogre Magi dungeon?
Well, we can possibly do that. But the random tables.
Yeah.
On here, or do you want me to do them off camera?
Do it off camera. I mean, they're standard. You have so many different Komor Forest random tables, dude. You could draw upon at this point. You know what I mean?
Well, I know, but each one would be custom, because this one's going to be custom made to this area.
Yeah. But you got a lot to draw upon. You know what I mean?
Right, I do. Like today, with everything we did there, we're going to have a decent random table to riff off of and everything. So then next week we'll just get into the Cavern Common there and start grinding out this adventuring. And start fleshing it out.
Yeah. What's in each area? We know, Tim, you'd added some things to Matt's map to the north there. You see the little circle of brains around 17, I think it is.
Right, because you said that's where you wanted like the library.
Brains,
and then I can't remember who said the brains on pedestals last week. So I just kind of imagine those as little pedestals.
Yep. No, that's good. I like it.
And then this is, I know I'm going ahead again there, but see where those two are over here. What I figured was he could set up some sort of illusion that would actually make this look like a continuous wall, and these are like his is like the brain
private areas, maybe. Oh, the smart
like
ones.
The real, like you were talking about collecting mages' brains, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So even though, because it's hard to extract because usually mages aren't willingly donating their brains and everything. So they end up dying before they get the brain or whatever. But those would be some of like the ones he was able to collect.
Okay.
So they're like these precious ones that he has. You always have your favorites.
Yeah.
So that would be his own little private, go-to section.
One of them will be one that he just argues with all the time. An arrogant, pretentious son of a bitch who he just argues. And then when you walk in the room, the brain doesn't see you, but he senses it being there. Hey, asshole, ready to continue our fucking argument over whatever the hell the nature of the universe and the multiverse and whatever? You know what I mean? Thinking it's the goddamn, something like, I don't know, random fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
this is cool.
Good.
This is cool.
Should we show? I'll show you guys the makeshift cover we got right now.
Yeah. We had a little brainstorming session earlier.
So we used the Mind Flayer thing last week, but we're just right now kind of tentatively call it Finding Blake. So we took the picture of Blake and then just put a transparency over the Mind Flayer to kind of give it the looming thing over Blake. So
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I kind of like how it is. We'll add some texture to it to kind of give it a little bit more ominous.
Yep.
I don't know the word I'm thinking of. Yeah, spooky. Yeah, a little more spooky in there. But right now, that's what we'll run with. I do kind of like what we have right there.
Yeah. That's cool.
But
I'm kind of happy the way this is coming out, dude. I really am. This is fun. You know, this ominous. They're good. Thanks.
Thank you, Flint. Yeah, it's my brain's tired.
I'm stoned and drunk, and Tim is just tired. And here we are.
I'm just a little tired right now.
What's the deal, Tim? We got a storm coming in the Northeast, boys and girls. And as the last update, I don't know if it's going to be 2 inches or a fucking 1.5 feet. It's like the most chaotic nor'easter I have ever seen. So what are you getting? Are you involved in this? Are you perhaps in the path of this, Tim, or what?
Not that I know of. It looks like we're just like we're gonna get snow, but I don't think anything major. It's just gonna be wet and that. So I don't know. This is old man talking about weather.
Talking about weather. You're kind of right. It's not my father.
Yeah, but it's like the last thing you'll be telling me is about what road you took.
God, yeah. I tell you, when a couple of years ago, I took my father. My father wanted to go down to the old, stomping grounds in Jersey. Because he's getting older, he wants to see the old places. So I went down with him and my mother for a couple of days, and we drove all over the place. And I said, Dad, I got rules for this trip. If I'm driving and I'm driving you around, there will be no talk of politics.
Okay, good.
There will be no talk of weather or traffic, past, present, or future.
Is that tough for him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's talking about, I remember a traffic jam here in 1972. This is what we're dealing with, right? These are all about the traffic and the weather. So, I said, Dad, I look at Google Maps, and that's it. I don't care about the best route because it will constantly update me. And his mind is blown by this, right? So there'll be no politics, no past, present, or future traffic or weather. There will be no talk of medical issues or health issues, nor of anybody dying who you know. All right? This is it. We want to have a good, pleasant trip. These are the ground rules. Yes or no. Deal with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it was a nice, quiet trip down, believe it or not,
He actually kind of abided by the rules, huh?
I had to remind him a few times. I was like,
Don't make me stop this car.
We'll get out right now. We won't stop at the next stop sign, at the next rest stop.
Right,
keep it up.
Yeah. That's so funny.
God. All right. So it looks like we're only going to get a couple inches. Like, God damn it, I'm getting ripped off.
Are you hoping for this so you don't have to go into work? Is that what you're?
Yes. It's all about not having to go to work.
That's what I thought. Let's get down to the real point.
Yeah. I want a blizzard every goddamn Sunday night. I don't want to go to work. I'm at 4 feet every Sunday, man.
Oh, go on. Yeah. I hear you. I tell you, I hear you. I mean, the thing is I'd still have to go to work in that shit.
I could work from home anyway, and I will be anyway, but it's nice if things are just canceled.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A little less on the plate, So
Flint says, don't forget to smash his thumb.
Yes, the like button, everybody,
so
boys and girls.
Flint's thumb.
No, this is lingo. This is YouTube lingo. Tim, get with it. Please smash the like button. Share this out and subscribe and share it out to all your friends and family and relatives.
I forget that the thumbs up is.
Yeah. Click the like button, boys and girls, and leave a comment. And leave a comment below because all this shit, believe it or not, actually affects the YouTube algorithm. So if you click a like, or even if you click a dislike, whatever, it's like casino action. Either way, it's like it generates the action. It's all.
Do you get many dislikes on your videos?
Yeah, I get some. Yeah, there's a percentage. It shows the percentage of likes and dislikes.
Just some of them people think you're a douchebag or something like that.
What else is
hard not to think that.
That's kind of like here. I mean, here I'll show you. Actually, do I have anything here revealing for me of my personal identity? Let me see. I'll show you. I'll present my screen. Let's see. How the hell do you do it? There. All right. Let's see. There's nothing here that's revealing who the hell I actually am, though. All right, we're all good. All right, here we go, boys and girls. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. All right, so let me make that full screen.
All right.
Yeah, so here's what you'll see. You'll see, videos, shorts, live, posts, blah, 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 blah. So the last video, I actually put out a video rather than, a live stream because we're under videos now. Right. 96, 90%. Right, so 5 dislikes, 47 likes, right? 2
really?
Dislikes. Yeah, so 64 likes, 2 dislikes, so 97.
Shadowbox, two people didn't like it.
Who doesn't like? You're just a fucking bunch of bitches. You're seeing me open a box of new shit. What kind of motherfucking bah humbug bitch are you for disliking somebody opening a new toy? Just saying.
Wait, go up one. Did you have 5 dislikes on one?
I got 5 on something. I got 5
on
5. Culture, not race. Oh, that's the woke assholes probably did dislike that. You know what I mean?
Well, but you're talking about doing it for culture, which makes more sense. So that
I know, but they anything they're going to see. They're just going to see clickbait. I wonder if I could sort by this. No, I can only sort by it.
What about our live ones? Anybody dislike our live ones?
Yeah, let's see.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that shows it. Likes and dislikes. There we go. All right, so 100% on. Oh, over 100% so far. We got 100% likes. Thank you all, boys and girls.
That's
random party generator had -1. So we have
10 car.
Yeah, of course. And, if Rob was there, I'll give us one.
Yeah, Rob. Yeah.
So we got 5 comments, 25 likes, 100% on this, 100%. Yeah.
wow.
So what's this?
Oh, there we go.
Is this our first one? Down. So we got one thumb down. Live stream of Shadow Dark premiere episode. Our premiere episode got no dislikes. All likes, dude.
32.
Yeah. So some asshole disliked us so far. It's probably Matt. I mean, let's face it. We know it's Matt.
It might be.
It's gotta be Matt. So are they being dumbed down?
Thumb us down. Yeah.
You
think? Well, you should be happy now. So maybe he's not thumbing down people because
you gotta be happy. He's getting late, ain't he? I mean, fucking Christ. I mean, stop.
Who knows?
Yeah. I hope so. He needs it, man. He's too fucking tightly wound.
Too funny. All right, we better wind this up.
Yes. Ending with Mac's sex life. Here we go, boys and girls.
That's right. Well, thanks everybody for sticking around. I know.
The thing is, he doesn't even watch these anymore.
Oh hell no!
It doesn't matter that we're just still busting his balls.
We're not even hiding it. We're just kind of
It's just fun. It's just a thing.
Everybody, thank you for
very much
participating. Flint, Zwicky, Greg. Who do we have, Nick? We had
Raxus is there. Yeah.
Mike was here.
Mike was there. 1993 said he couldn't make it, but he'll watch, I'm sure, on the replay.
Yeah, he'll watch us there. And I think that was everybody who commented and everything.
Kind of, you got it. Yeah, I think we got it.
And then there's a possibility next week we'll do a giveaway too.
Really?
Yeah, I got stuff.
You got shit.
I got a bunch of shit.
Does this mean Ivy's on a cleaning spree again and get your stuff out of here?
No. I have a small box, or not a small box. It's like, I don't know. It's just a box of Patreon stuff.
Yeah.
Let's say, have a good night. Gonna hide before Tim comes after my thumb. So just
he would roll a one anyway.
Like maybe a random envelope of Patreon stuff.
All right.
Like the NPC cards, some adventures, and we'll see. I'll just stuff a envelope full of it. Nice. And if people want to come by and participate, and we'll do the comment thing. I mean, we don't get a ton of people, so you got like a really good chance of winning it.
Yeah.
Just for fun, because I've been saying I was going to do that and haven't gotten around to do it. So now that I put it out there, it forces me to do it.
Eric has a way to do if you make a comment, you could do a raffle.
Yeah, but he does there's a better way to do it because he includes everybody else's, like he comes up on it and you come up on it. There's a way you can filter it. So because remember that one night he had to roll like 19 times because he kept on coming up.
All of us.
Yeah, kept on coming all of us.
I don't know how to do it though. I don't see where it's at. We'll have to hit him up for that info.
Well, we don't have that many people. We could probably just write them down and then just
That's true. What do you mean we don't have it? We have a lot of people watching. Plus they're going to show up for the culmination.
I overestimated when I said a dozen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got 5 still watching now. We said goodbye.
We do. Yeah, well, I would too. Yeah. Well, and then I threatened poor Flint with a hammer.
But don't worry about Flint. He would roll a 1. You're safe, dude. You're completely safe.
Yeah, he is safe. I'd probably hit my own thumb. Yeah,
you lose a finger.
Yeah, no doubt. So,
all right, guys. Thank you very much, boys and girls.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next Monday for part 3, the culmination, and then we're going to work on publishing this mofo and get it out.
Well, depending on how far we get, because we got to lay it out and do some things like that too. So. But we'll definitely part 3, and we'll start developing the guts of it, and we'll go from there.
I don't know, Tim, how long it takes to publish something. You have a better gauge on this than me. But with me and you working on this together, what would you estimate we could get this for free out there in people's hands?
Oh, it shouldn't take too long. We'll just do like once we get it done, and I'm not gonna, we're not gonna go crazy on like worrying about the formatting and stuff. Just make sure it's nice and clean. It's simple. Have you do your edits in that, of course, in there, and then we can just put it up on drive-through, RPG drive-through, and we can just put it up for free if we want to do it that way.
Got a proposal. Since I'm always the one editing, how about I do the writing and you edit?
Okay. What
do you think? Sounds interesting.
So I'll have to give you all this, but the thing is, if you do the writing, then you'll have to do some of the layout too.
All that. I don't know layout. Like, I could give you a Word document, dude.
Okay. You can do the Word document, and I'll do the layout,
and you can lay it all out,
make it look pretty.
Yeah. Okay. Sound good?
Yeah, because I do have all the stock art.
I don't know how to do any of that.
I've been collecting stock art for 14 years.
Yeah. So I'll do that because you've been doing the bulk of this stuff in terms of the work. I figured at least I could do is the editing. You did all the maps, and I'll do some NPC cards. I'll reach out to Matt. I'll reach out to all the guys who play with in Komor Forest. That way we have our 4th to 5th level guys who are pre-gens. Right, the guys who actually ran in the forest, right? We'll have Matt Scott, Mike, all that kind of shit, right? We'll have the pre-gens. I'll do all the pre-gens. I'll do the writing. Now that we have we will have the skeletal structure of it. I'll get it all over to you. You do the editing this time, you and Ivy, I guess, right? And then you do the art and layout, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds like a deal to me.
All right, that's cool. Idea. That's cool. I do too. I kind of like the idea of writing something. Now we got the skeleton going. All right.
And what I hand you, you'll do is like 10 times as long as we started with.
It's gonna be a novel. It's gonna be a fucking.
It'll be novel. Yeah.
It'll be like TSR or the Wizards of the Coast, 128 pages. It's gonna be a beast. So Tim's like, I said, well, then again, we're doing it for free. It's all PDF only, right, dude?
Yeah. So the nice thing is you're really not limited by
age size
space or anything like that. No, you can run with it. But if you're going to run this for ShireCon, you're going to want to make sure it can be run in 3 hours.
4. I might have to do a 4-hour slot for this one.
4 hour. Okay. So if it's going to be a tournament style kind of thing, just keep that in mind when you're doing it. That's all.
Good exercise for me, actually, because I've never had to do brevity for this for a con module. I've always it takes as long as it takes, and we'll continue it next week if we get. You know what I mean? It's like my mentality is this is how big is the module? This big. What is that based on? What I fucking wrote. So this be interesting. All right, cool, guys. Well, thank you very much, guys. We'll get the hell out of here. Thank you for listening to our 2-hour, 1-hour live stream. We appreciate it.
My 2-hour one.
We will be back next week for another 2-hour, 1-hour live stream.
Right.
We promised 2 hours at one point.
Good night, everybody.
Later, guys.